Anna and I flew from Katowice to Agadir to begin our trip through Morocco. The Kasbah of Agadir Ufella is an historical landmark in Agadir that housed the old city of Agadir, much of which was affected by the earthquake that struck the city. The fort is located on top of a mountain rising 236 metres above the sea in the north of the town near the current port. The Lebanese Mosque is Agadir's second grand mosque. The argania tree is thorny and gangly with crooked branches. Goats climb on it to get a seasonal feast. These are tagines, and they produce a lovely slow-cooked stew. Marrakesh is the fourth largest city in Morocco. It's a major economic centre and home to mosques, palaces and gardens. The Medina is densely packed medieval city dating to the Berber Empire, with maze-like alleys where thriving souks sell traditional textiles, potteries and jewellery. The symbol of the city and visible for many miles is the Moorish minaret of the 12th century Kutubiya Mosque. The Bahia Palace is a mid to late 19th century palace in Marrakesh. It was first begun by Sai Musa, the Grand Vizier of Ayoulat Sultan Muhammad ibn Abd Akraman in 1859, and then continued and expanded by his son Ba Ahmed ibn Musa, Grand Vizier of Sultan Moulay Abdelaziz between 1894 and 1900. Marrakesh is known as the Pink City. Stalls selling spices were in abundance. Menara Gardens are an historic public garden and orchard in Marrakesh. They are also known as the Secret Garden. They were established in the 12th century by Almohad Caliphate ruler Abu al-Mu'mina, along with the Agdal Gardens and the historic walled city of Marrakesh. They have been listed as a unique UNESCO World Heritage Site. We'll continue inside the palace. The Museum of Marrakesh is located in the old centre. It has notable architecture and also a collection of various historic art objects. At the heart of Marrakesh is the Medina, the original walled settlement around the rest of the city was built. It is a maze of narrow streets and magical souks, with cobblestone streets traversed by pedestrians and donkeys. They've changed very little in hundreds of years. Jamar el-Fanar is a huge square in the Medina quarter. It's a real tourist trap, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. The minaret tower is 77 metres in height and is decorated with varying geometric arch motifs and topped by a spire of metal orbs. Getting a drink is a challenge in Marrakesh, but Anna and I found one on top of a building. Volubilis is a partly excavated Berber Roman city in Morocco situated near the city of Meknes that may have been the capital of the Kingdom of Mauritania, at least from the time of King Juba II. Here we are looking at the Basilica and the Capitol. This is the Arch of Caracalla, and it was situated at the end of the city's main street. Babu Jaloud is an ornate city gate in Fez. It was built by the French colonial administration in 1913 to serve as the grand entrance to the old city. Fez el-Bali is an ancient walled medina with narrow car-free streets and ornamental entryways like Bab Khalusa and the Blue Gate. It is tiled in vivid painted ceramics. Souk vendors specialise in perfumes, spices, lamps and leather and dining choices. The Royal Palace is the Palace of the King of Morocco. This gate was constructed by Moulay Hassan in the 19th century. Fez el-Bali is the oldest walled part of Fez. Pottery and ceramics in Fez trace their influences and origins to as early as the Phoenicians, but the ceramic tradition that we see most typically from Fez today has clear roots in the period of the late 15th century during Spain's Reconquista. It was very hot and these bees were obviously quite thirsty. Fez is in northeastern Morocco and is often referred to as the country's cultural capital. It is primarily known for its walled medina with medieval Marined architecture, vibrant souks and old world atmosphere. The medina is also home to religious schools, both decorated with elaborate cedar carvings and ornate tile work. The dyeing vats at Chouara are among the Fez Medina's most iconic sites. The ancient craft of tanning and dyeing in all its visceral authenticity, cow urine and pigeon poop are still key components in the process, plays out as much as it always has. It has to be smelt to be believed. The leather shops offer you sprigs of mint to alleviate the smell. Moulay Ismail was known for his love and admiration of horses. The royal stables of Meknes are a feat of ingenuity. They used to provide stabling for 12,000 royal horses. Even more incredible, each horse had its own groom and a slave who made sure that all of its needs were met and its stables were kept extremely clean. Here we are looking at the Chala or Shala, which is a medieval fortified Muslim necropolis and ancient archaeological site in Rabat, located on the south side of the Bab Reghrev estuary. This lady had an incredible number of cats. This soldier is guarding the mausoleum of Muhammad V. It is located across from the Hassan Tower in Rabat. It contains the tombs of the Moroccan King Muhammad V and his two sons, late King Hassan II and Prince Abdullah. This bloke's job is to read the Quran. We are looking at a very popular seaside resort in Rabat. The Udaya Kasbah is a haven of tranquility, with its flower-filled little streets, Andalusian garden and Moorish cafe. It is referred to also as the Kasbah of the Udayas. It is one of the most unique sites in Morocco. The Hassan II Mosque is the second largest functioning mosque in Africa and is the 14th largest in the world. Its minaret is the world's second tallest at 210 metres. It was completed in 1993. It was designed by Michel Pinceau under the guidance of King Hassan II and built by Moroccan artisans from all over the kingdom. The mosque stands on a promontory looking out at the Atlantic Ocean. Worshippers can pray over the sea, but there is no glass floor looking into the sea. The walls are handcrafted marble and the roof is retractable. A maximum of 105,000 worshippers can gather together for prayer, 25 actually inside the mosque hall and another 80,000 on the outside grounds. All mosques have an area to wash before you pray. We didn't see terribly many women dressed like this. Essaouira is a port city and resort on Morocco's Atlantic coast. Its Medina is protected by 18th century seafront ramparts called the Scala della Casbah, which were designed by European engineers. Old brass cannons line the walls, and there are ocean views. Strong trade winds make the city's Crescent Beach popular for surfing, windsurfing and kite surfing. Anna and I had the best seafood lunch in Essaouira that we had in entire Morocco.